What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chris, man. We are here at the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. It is Saturday, September 21st, 2024. My name is Chris Drummond. I am a freelance sports reporter based out of Minnesota here. I'm also a proprietor of this podcast, Work Hard, Play Harder, where I bring individuals on to talk about their why of doing what they do and getting to know them outside of the occupation. I got a special guest that's coming on with me today who is also a freelance reporter working out of News 12 in New York. Her name is Julia Burns. We're going to talk to her about her why, talk to her about who she is outside of the occupation, get to know her a little bit, talk about some fun stuff as well, and just talk about her journey into this industry of journalism. So without any further ado, I introduce to you the wonderful, the beautiful, the talented Julia Burns.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. Good morning. How we doing, Julia?
Good. Nice to finally meet you like as face to face as possible.
Absolutely. It's wonderful to see your face. You look absolutely lovely this morning.
Thank you so much.
You are very welcome. Very welcome. I want to say thank you for hopping on my podcast, Work Hard, Play Harder. I want to ask you, how is your week going so far? I know it's almost the end of the week, but how's your week going?
It's been good. Just wrapped up the work week. After this, I'm gonna go lifeguard, get some sun while I still can. But yeah, just wrapping up a busy work week. I do want to ask you, is it okay if I do this on my phone, or would you prefer I do it on a laptop?
No, absolutely. No, I'm on my phone too. So I totally understand that. Yeah. So we're awesome with that. I want to reiterate to you why I wanted to talk to you before I start peppering you with all these questions. And we're likewise because I'm a freelance sports reporter based out of Minnesota here. I've done some broadcasts, but I've mainly done print. I've covered high schools, colleges, done feature stories, photos, the whole nine. As you've done at your freelance at News 12 now, you've done some amazing stories as well. I love talking to other reporters and learning about their stories because it's rare that we get an opportunity to talk because we're always doing the talking to others. So I love to hear people's journeys because everybody's journey is different into this industry. Another reason why I wanted to have you on is you do such great work. Um, I got a
Thank you.
chance. Oh, no question. No question. You're welcome. I got a chance to look at your reel. And I wanted to kind of do a little bit of homework about you. And the Chelsea collaborative story really was touching. That was a really touching story. No question about it. And you also did another story as well. I think it was For Now. For Now, the close story. I thought that was pretty good too. So
Yeah.
I got a chance to really look at how you do not just packages, but also writing as well. And I was like, man, she's really passionate about what she does. So I really do thank you for hopping on today.
Thank you. Well, this is so cool for me because, like you said, I'm usually the one asking the questions. So thank you so much. And I've done a little bit of my homework on you, and I love your podcast. I think it's super cool that you're a freelancer as well. You get it. So thank you so much for having me.
No doubt, no doubt. And the first question is always the same for every guest that I have on here, and that is, what is your why? Why do you do what you do? Did you have any role models growing up, or did you have any inspirations? Maybe growing up wanting to be in this industry, but why did you choose the industry of journalism?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So I actually at first never wanted to be a journalist. I wanted to be a marine biologist. I've always loved the ocean, and I got to a certain age where I realized, okay, I'm not great at science, I'm not great at math, but I'm a really good writer. I love asking questions, and I had a great, like, amazing one of those teachers that I think changes the course of your life in high school. Her
Mhm.
name was Miss O'Connell, and she, I think, really kind of pushed me in like that writing direction. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll study English. And she kind of pushed me towards like the journalism field. So that's kind of how I got into it. And from there, I was like, wow, this is something, writing, something that I'm good at, but also like I can influence people and I can, make change and stuff like that. And I can lay out information to people. And I think personally, knowledge is power. And I think that being in a position where I can empower people just felt like a good career path.
No, that's amazing. It's very similar to why I wanted to get into journalism myself. Definitely storytelling. There's no better feeling going to a store, to a gas station, or anywhere, and people coming up to you in the community saying you did a really great job of the story. Thank you so much. I love that, and I know it happens there with you as well. It happens here with me. So I love that. I really do. You talked about marine biology, and I did a little background. So you went to the University of South Florida for a semester. I've never met anyone that went to a semester abroad program. Please tell me how was that like?
Yeah. So I got my undergraduate degree at Emerson College, but this program, like you said, was through the University of South Florida. And basically, I don't know if you're familiar with Emerson College. It's a very heavily based, like, liberal arts school. They don't have any science, so it's not a place for someone to study marine biology.
Okay.
I had kind of made that decision already that this isn't the path that I wanted to go on, but I think I still had that part of me that, like, either wanted to explore it or wanted to do something. I always wanted to go abroad. And my best friend's mom was like, I've heard of this program. I think it's a good fit for you. And it was this program called Semester. So basically 90 days on a 112-foot schooner sailboat sailing from Australia to South Africa.
Wow.
And about a week before I leave, I think I'm like 18 at the time, she calls my mom up and she's like, by the way, like, I haven't done a lot of research about this program. I'm not that sure about the safety of it. My mom's like, oh, great. Thanks for telling me this about a week before my daughter leaves on this trip. But it was easily the best experience of my life. I've met some of my best friends doing it. It was an incredible adventure. And yeah, I think it's one of the best decisions I ever made. It was incredible.
Absolutely. Like I said, I've never met anybody that's done that before, so that's pretty awesome. And I'm a huge water person. Like, I love the beach. I love lakes and all that kind of stuff because I grew up San Diego, so I grew up going to the beach and being able to, kind of trying to surf. I wasn't very good, but I was trying to do it. That's for sure. But I love that. Oh, I loved all that stuff. You mentioned it before. You said Emerson College. I want to know, were there any other schools that could have persuaded you from going to Emerson College? Because the only thing I knew about Emerson was, I believe it's in Boston, if I'm not mistaken. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I actually applied to like a ton of schools. For a while, I really just wanted to be somewhere with like a good English or journalism program. And I was thinking of maybe going south in the warmer weather. End of the day, Emerson. So I actually ended up committing for soccer and lacrosse to play at Emerson College. I only ended up playing lacrosse because soccer, they wanted me to go back like really, really early. And it just didn't work out. So I did end up playing lacrosse. So I had the sports aspect, really strong journalism program. And Boston is an incredible city. So it all kind of just worked out.
That's on a bucket list, Julia. I've never been to Boston.
For some reason, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay. Hold on.
Let's see. How about now?
Can you hear me now? Okay, got you. So I've never been to Boston before. And that's on my bucket list for sure. So definitely you're gonna have to let me know some things to do in Boston. I know you're currently in New York, but let me know some things to do in Boston for sure if I get a chance to go out.
I'll give you all the good food recommendations.
Please do. I want to ask you some favorite questions. And you just give me some of the favorite things of yours based upon these questions. Are you with me?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Favorite meal you like to cook?
Favorite meal I like to cook? I love to make salmon. Salmon is a good vegetable dish on the grill. Okay,
Julia, we gonna be really tight. I like that. Salmon. Okay, we starting off pretty good. Okay, here we go. Favorite concert you've ever attended?
Favorite concert I've ever attended? That's a hard one.
Yes.
I can only think recent. I just went to a Zach Bryan concert and it was incredible.
Okay, I got you. I would say definitely for me, probably Lil Wayne versus Drake. which was some
Oh,
years ago.
yeah. I did when I was. Yeah. Yeah, I did see Kendrick Lamar, and that was an incredible concert. That was
Yeah.
incredible. But that was when I was in like eighth grade. So it was like I don't remember it as well. But at the time, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
So
So
yeah, he's definitely dope. No question about it. If you ever get a chance to see him live, for sure. Favorite place you've ever traveled to?
Cape Town, South Africa.
Okay. Now, was that during the semester, or did you do it another time too?
Yes, no, that was during semester.
Okay, got you, got you. Awesome, awesome. Okay. Favorite sport you like to watch on TV? Favorite sport you like to see in person? Could be the same sport.
I gotta go with hockey. Islanders.
Okay, okay. Not the Rangers. You went with the Islanders. Okay.
And my dad's gonna watch this, so I definitely cannot say the Rangers. He's a diehard Islanders fan.
Okay, okay. I'm a huge Chicago Blackhawks fan. My mom and dad were born in Chicago, so definitely am a Blackhawks fan. My favorite player, or two players, I should say, was Sidney Crosby and Patrick Kane. Those are my two favorite players. Okay, got you on that. Last of the favorites. Favorite restaurant uh, that you like to eat at?
Hmm. This place that's near me, it's an Italian restaurant. It's called San Remo.
Okay. Now, when I come out to New York, Julia, we're gonna have to do something like that. How about that?
Yeah, if you want good food, this is the place for it.
Now, hold on. What kind of food do they serve?
San Remo is Italian, so it's all like Italian, pasta,
Mm, mm.
chicken. But it's such good quality, and it's like one of our favorites.
Okay, I like that. Now, I'm a huge chicken Alfredo ziti type of dude, so that's my kind of place. So I love that. Okay, that's what's up. All right, let's talk about your day to day. Right, as a freelancer, is switches up all the time. Right, and most freelance people that's in this business have a second or third job, which I know I do, and I know you probably do as well. So, talk to me about your hours, assignments, your day to day process of being a freelance journalist, and what do you do, and how you prepare for that.
Yeah. So about I think in October that'll mark 2 years that I've been at the company I'm at now. And I started off as a freelance producer. And then from there, I probably did that for about, I want to say 9 months to a year. And I'm incredibly lucky. At my company with freelance, I had the opportunity to try a bunch of different things. So I was able to get on the assignment desk. I was able to train and do digital and social media producing. But ultimately, my goal was always to be a multimedia journalist or reporter. So on my days off, I would shadow a mentor of mine and kind of, get a feel for it and stuff like that. And it was great because I already knew the workflow of News 12. I already knew from a producer perspective what makes a good story. I already knew from a digital perspective what makes a good story. I knew from the assignment desk, here's how to fact check information and get your contacts. So I already had that background.
Right.
And from there, I would shadow my mentor on my days off, who was incredible. And again, extremely lucky to have people at my company that would let me do that, and come shadow them. And then eventually, they knew that this was my goal, and I put together a reel, and yeah, I started recently doing multimedia journalism a little over a month ago.
I love it. I do. Let me ask you about the work life balance and mental health. Now, as a reporter, Julia, some of the times you get words like overworked, underpaid, burnout. You hear these words through our industry. There's several colleagues that I've known all across the U.S. that have definitely stepped away from our industry because of those things. Talk to me about how do you keep your mental health strong and also your work life balance, because you seem like a wonderful person to be around for sure, but you also seem about your business as well. And sometimes we know journalism is not a business like 8 to 5, 9 to 5 kind of job. It's very crazy hours. So talk to me how you keep both of those things strong.
Yeah, I mean, I think work-life balance is always a work in progress. I think first and foremost, it sounds like I genuinely love to work. Before I did journalism, I would be working two jobs. Just because I genuinely like to work, I like to feel financially supported. And I think I put myself in positions to really love what I do. Like if you're in journalism, like you said, working long hours, you have to really love what you do. You have to really,
Absolutely.
really believe you're making a difference. So I think that's important. I think that if you're not loving what you do and you're not believing in it, burnout's going to happen really quick.
Right.
Aside from that too, I think it's really important to maintain your hobbies, maintain your friendships and stuff like that on my days off. Like, today I'm gonna be working, but I'm at the beach. But again, I'm gonna be at the beach, I'm gonna be with friends and stuff like that. So definitely having a balance. But I think I'm in a place now too where like I'm just so excited about what I do that even on my days off, I'm like, okay, I want to prep for, but you really do have to keep that work-life balance, for sure.
I love the fact that you said that, you go into your lifeguarding, but you still got friends there. You going to the beach. I mean, it's almost as if it's work, but it's not work, right? If you love what you do, then you really don't consider it work, which is the same thing with journalism. Like we love to go out and tell these stories. We love talking to different people. I love the fact also with journalism that you do something new damn near every day.
Exactly.
Like I didn't like the autonomy of going to a desk job, just doing the same job over and over and over again. I never liked that. The one thing about journalism, you write something, you report something, it's new. You get to meet somebody new and do something new, and I love that. But that also brings one of these questions here, which is if someone were to come up to you, right? And I know you're still, which we're both still kind of young because I'm only in year 6 of this journalism thing. And I know you say you're a couple years in it. But if someone were to come up to you and say, Julia, I want to do exactly what you do. I want to also learn about the pros and cons of being a freelancer. What kind of advice would you give that individual?
Um, I had really good mentors that gave me really good advice. And I think, especially with reporting, I think that sometimes people see it as a very glamorous job. The makeup and the hair and stuff like that. And it's funny, I had a really great boss/mentor who was like very straightforward with me, and she was like, I tell this to everyone who wants to report, is it's a very tough job. It's not glamorous. You work long days and stuff like that. So yes, it is a tough job. You work long days. It's not as glamorous as it seems, but I would say that the positive side is it's extremely rewarding. And I think, like I said before, I really do feel like knowledge is power. And like you're literally in a place where you can fight injustices, where you can bring knowledge to light. And I think that if you see that as the goal, nothing can beat that. You know what I mean? And even I think going back to the burnout question too, I mean, maybe ask me in a year and it'll be different. I'm just starting, so I'm really excited. But I think gratitude is like probably the most important in mental health and work-life balance. And every day I wake up, I genuinely feel so grateful to have this opportunity. And I feel so incredibly grateful that I get to have two things that I love to do. I feel so incredibly grateful that, I have a roof over my head and I have friends and family who love me that I get to spend with on those days off. So I think gratitude, in your job and your work-life balance is like everything.
Oh, absolutely. No question about that. And it's a question worth asking, Julia, because of, people needing to understand the A and B side to this, right? The A side is what we do as far as going out, storytelling, as far as doing what we love, being in front of the camera or behind it or writing stories, doing whatever we do because we really love and passionately love to do it. But there's a B side as well. And that's what we just kind of talked about, right? Mental health. Sometimes these companies only care about the bottom line and they don't care about as much as mental health. So you got to show, like you said, gratitude when you do have a company that actually cares about that. You do get burned out. Like your mentor said, was very harsh. This is not a glamorous job. You know, people see you on TV, they see the beautiful face, Julia Burns on TV talking, right? But they don't understand that, you know, you do a lot to prep yourself to get ready to do that behind the scenes. And you have a team, right? It's not just you, it's the whole team together. But you're doing a lot of things to really prep yourself to get in front of the camera to do what you do, because it isn't easy, right? You make it look easy, but it isn't easy. You're working very hard, and you definitely deserve your flowers for that. And I know you're going to continue to do great things, but you know, people coming into the industry have to know both sides before they commit. That's why I love doing this podcast, because people don't know until you talk to them and let them know and ask them these questions.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. There is, you know, it's not all what you see on camera. Like you said, there's so much prep work that goes into it,
Yep.
so much, you know, leg work, and after you shoot and you film and editing, there's so much that goes into it that, you know, maybe doesn't get seen in that 1 minute, 20-second story that you put together.
Absolutely. No question. Now, this is a bonus question because I always like asking reporters this. Hard stories. You know, I don't know how many hard stories you have done to up to this point, but we all know how soft stories make us feel. They make us feel, sometimes they can be smiles, sometimes they can make us cry, but it's good tears, right? But those hard stories sometimes are just very hard to do. Have you ever had to do a hard story where it was hard for you to get it out your mind when you got home?
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And I think, like you said, those light stories, you know, everyone loves to do light stories. Even me, like, I think I'm a very bubbly person. I think, you know, doing those light stories are fun, but it was actually like, you know, a mentor and a boss who really showed me the value of these harder stories. Not that I didn't know them before, but I think that, you know, sometimes it's these really emotionally tough or information dense stories that really do make change. I think most recently I went to a story and it was a stabbing. And again, you know, I'm newer, so this was like kind of a first for me. And I showed up and they were still cleaning blood, you know, from the
Wow.
businesses and stuff like that, which, you know, I'm sure most journalists probably hear that. And it's something that they see a lot, unfortunately, covering, you know, stabbings and shootings and stuff like that. But I think that for me was kind of the first time that I was just like, wow, you know, like this, like a life was taken here.
Right.
Which obviously I think, you know, we can go into our news apps right now and see a million stories like that. But I think there was something about the energy of being there that was just like,
Right.
wow,
Being present.
being
Yep.
present was like, wow. And, you know, just seeing them clean it off and stuff like that, I think really made it real. But at the same time, I remember going across the street to get something, and I was like talking to people, and I remember they were like, we're so happy that you're here doing your job.
Right.
You know, and I think that's kind of like what we were talking about before, is like, I think it gives people a voice. And the way that I think of it too is like, what if no one covers this? You know what I mean? What if no one brings this information to light? So,
Right.
so yeah.
No, I understand. Right. If no one brings it light, it will never be known. It's a great one. Again, a great question I like to ask, especially news reporters, because those horror stories sometimes are hard to escape your mind. Right. Shootings, stabbings, burning houses, children being hurt. Those are just hard stories to do. I commend those reporters, because that's why I said hell no to that genre. And I went sports route, although it's very tough at times for sports, because you do have a winner and a loser. And those kids that fought all season and was with each other all season, they cry too. It's very tough to do those stories when you're interviewing them at the end of games, knowing that the same team is not going to come back next year. But again, like you said, people appreciate that we're there covering it and giving it a voice, right? I like that. I really like that answer, Julia. It's been amazing so far, and we've actually came to the portion now of doing this or that. And this or that is a little interactive game that I do with all my guests, and I pretty much throw out two things, this or that, and you get to choose one or the other. Are you with me?
All right, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, here we go. Now, this first one, Julia, we've been vibing all interview long, conversation long.
Sure.
Okay, so here we go. KFC or Popeyes?
Popeyes.
Girl, I knew it. I knew we was gonna be good. I knew we was gonna be good. That's right. Popeyes. That's right.
Not to go off topic, but just days ago, Popeyes has these dessert biscuits now. Have you seen them?
I certainly have. Yes, indeed.
I've not tried them, but I am a huge fan of the Popeyes regular biscuits. So maybe after this, that's where I'm headed.
Listen, when you try it, please let me know what it is, because I'm gonna tell you, them things are good. No question about it. Okay, here we go. Chicken wing flavors. Now, which one would you choose? Barbecue or lemon pepper?
Lemon pepper.
Now, you gave a look there, Julia, that's like, I wouldn't choose either of these flavors. Now, something tells me you would choose a flavor that's different.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I would probably go buffalo, or like, you know how sometimes you go to those places and they have like the really funky ones, like mango chili or something like that.
Right. Okay. You like
lemon pepper because I feel like that feels a little funky.
Mhm.
But yeah, I would just go classic buffalo, I guess.
Okay, so now I know we vibing because we good. Now listen, buffalo's my third choice. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Lemon pepper barbecue are my first two. If I had to choose one, I'd probably choose lemon pepper as well. But I do like buffalo. So you like a little spice with your food, is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Okay, no doubt. Say less. All right, here we go.
I have a question for you: blue cheese or ranch?
Okay. Ranch.
Oh, okay. See, I would have went blue cheese. We're disagreeing here now, but
That's okay. That's okay. Listen, we can't be perfect. We can't be perfect, but we still vibing. Yeah, but ranch on wings? Hold on. Do you eat ranch with pizza? Let me ask that. Or blue cheese on pizza?
I'm not a ranch hater. I like ranch. If I can choose between blue cheese and ranch, I'll choose blue cheese. But like if ranch is available while I'm eating pizza and I'll feel it, like I'm feeling it, I'll do it. But it's not a staple for me when I eat pizza. But ranch and pizza is fine, I think. What about you?
Okay. No, I do only on wings. I don't do ranch with pizza. I'm a meat lovers guy when it comes to pizza. I am one of those that believe pineapple should not be on pizza. Sorry, I know it's a hot take. Pineapple don't deserve to be on no doggone pizza. That's just me. Are you like that too?
See, I think like I like trying funky things. I think, so I would eat pineapple on pizza. I wouldn't order it, but if someone was like, hey, we got a pineapple on pizza pie, I wouldn't be like, but I think most people probably would agree with you and think that that's a no-no.
I like how you put that caveat in. Like I would try it, but I'm not gonna buy it. Like if somebody else wants to.
If someone else presents it to me and is like, "Hey, here this is," I'll be like, "Sure," but it probably wouldn't be my first thing that I would order. No.
I feel you on that, and a lot of people also feel you on that too. Here we go. Which sports player would you choose, Tom Brady or David Ortiz?
I gotta go with my 4-year Boston roots, and I'm gonna go Tom Brady.
Okay, I like that. Which player would you choose? Okay, would you choose? I gotta think. I'm gonna think of two New York players. Would you choose Aaron Judge, or would you choose Jalen Brunson?
Jalen Brunson.
Okay, I like that. Now these next four,
Aaron Judge too. You're making these hard, so
I know it. And listen, some of these are going to be hard. Like these next four, they might be hard because these are going to be music concerts you rather attend. So here we go. The first one is: which concert would you rather go to, Casey Musgraves or Carrie Underwood?
That's so hard. I'm gonna go Carrie Underwood.
Okay. Was that difficult?
That was difficult.
Okay. Well, this one might even be more difficult. Which concert would you rather attend, Luke Combs or Morgan Wallen?
Luke Combs.
That one wasn't difficult. Okay. I like Luke Combs. I do. Which concert would you rather attend? Would you rather go see Lil Wayne or J. Cole?
J. Cole.
We vibing now, girl. Okay, I like that. Last one here. Which concert would you rather attend? Would you rather go see the Zach Brown band or Lady A?
I think both are very talented. I'm not a huge fan of either, but I've seen Zach Brown band, so I would go Lady A.
Okay, I like you on that. I like that. All right. Do you like desserts?
Is that even a question? I love dessert.
Julia, you wouldn't believe it. There's actually a couple people that's been on this platform that say they don't even eat desserts. So, I'm like, yeah, my mouth dropped too. I was like, Lord have mercy. God bless their soul for not liking desserts. But me, I'm a dessert person.
Button after that.
All right? Hello. So I'm going to throw 4 different categories. You get to choose one that you'll never eat again. Okay?
That I'll never eat again?
Never eat again.
Okay.
All right, here we go. The first one is cookies. The second one is cake. The third one is ice cream. The last one is candy. Which one are you going to get rid of that you'll never eat again?
Cake, we need to clarify. Is it regular cake or ice cream cake?
I'm talking about any type of cake. Ice cream cake, red velvet cake, cupcake, bundt cake, pound cake. It don't matter what cake it is.
I'm going to get rid of candy.
We're going to be besties. I already see it. I already see it. I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I do. No, I too honestly would get rid of candy as well, because red velvet cake is my favorite. So I cannot get rid of cake. I'm a cookies and cream ice cream savant and chocolate chip cookie dough. Those are my 2 favorite ones. And then also with the cookies, come on now, I can't get rid of chocolate chip or oatmeal raisin, which is my 2 favorites. So that's just me, in a nutshell. I like that. Okay. Which sport would you rather play, badminton or bowling?
Badminton.
Are you good at badminton?
Outside of my 10th grade gym class, maybe not, but I do have an interest in pickleball and tennis. So I feel like that probably aligns more than bowling does.
I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it. Now, I'm probably a better bowler than I am a badminton player, but I do like pickleball. Pickleball's kind of picked up a little bit. But if you bowl, let me ask you, because this is also an important question. Do you have to use the bumpers?
No.
Okay, thank goodness.
I've graduated from the bumpers.
Okay, listen, there's some of those that have not. We're not here to judge, but I just say I can't bowl with you. Okay, I can't bowl with you. You playing with the bumpers. That's just me. Yeah. We can't be in the same lane. I'm sorry, but
did you like grow up playing bowling, or you just like you happen to be very good?
No. I'm solid. No, I didn't. I wouldn't say I'm like 300, 200 good, but I'm gonna get you about $150 every time. Now, if you need a strike on a team, I'm gonna get it for you. That's what I would say. For sure. Okay, I like that. Which sport would you rather watch on TV, basketball or football?
Football.
Okay. Are you a Jets or a Giants fan?
I am sadly a Jets fan.
Sadly? Why? Why sadly?
I just think you need a lot of loyalty to be a Jets fan, but we had a win the other night, so that was good. But yeah, no, I'm a Jets fan.
Listen, I think the Jets are going to do very good this year. I could probably talk your head off in telling you why I think they're going to be doing very good, but as long as they keep number 8 upright, I think they're going to be very good. I really do. Yeah.
Positivity.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No doubt. Okay. Do you like potato chips?
Yes.
Okay. Same format as desserts. I'm going to give you 4 brands. You got to get rid of one of these brands forever. Okay. And I'm here to tell you, Cheetos is not one of the 4 brands because everybody loves Cheetos. They're cheesy. They're hot. We know you can't get rid of Cheetos.
Okay.
So here we go. First brand, Ruffles. The second brand is Lay's. The third brand is Doritos. The last brand is Pringles. Which chip are you getting rid of?
This is maybe a hot take, but I'm going to go Lay's.
Hell no, it ain't. It ain't no hot take, girl. We good. But Lay's is it. Lay's is it.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, wow, we are in sync.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you. Okay, let me also ask this though.
Game, like you should hold up like your answer, and then I'll hold up my answer, and it's like we have the same one every time.
I'm serious. Like that's crazy. Like, okay, so let me ask this because I'm thinking that this might be your answer, but let me ask it. Are you a salt and vinegar chip person?
Yes.
Okay, I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong because here's the thing. Many people that have not picked Lay's are salt and vinegar chips people, and people that have picked Lay's don't like salt and vinegar chips, which is me. I don't like salt.
I love have you ever had Miss Vicky's?
Yes.
Miss Vicky's like salt and vinegar jalapeno chips are like my fave.
I've had the jalapeno. Now I'm gonna be 100 with you. Okay, 4 quarters, 10 dimes, 20 nickels, 100. I'm gonna keep it a whole buck. I don't really like a whole lot of spice.
Okay.
However, those jalapeno chips, there's certain jalapeno chips like the ones from Jimmy John's. They on point. They on point. Miss Vicky, they on point. I'll eat certain ones. Hot Cheetos, put some cheese on it.
Yep.
It's on point. Okay, so you know about. Okay, you know about it. Okay, here we go.
Too much spice ruins the meal. Too much spice ruins the meal.
Absolutely. Okay, you did pretty good on this or that. My next question now to you, which is a favorite question of mine again, is if you wasn't in journalism, what career path would you have pursued and why?
That's such a great question. I mean, before I told you my interest in marine biology, but I think that had I not pursued journalism, I would have done something with writing and communication, but maybe I would have gone down a path where I could do like environmental conservation and stuff like that. Or I think, not a long-term career, but I would get my like sailing captain's license and do different sailing voyages. That would be an alternate dream of mine.
I would definitely sail on a boat with you anytime. I would pay for that. That would be amazing. Because I think, first of all, you ain't hitting no iceberg. I know that. You ain't going to lead us into that. So you are going to lead. You said what?
I said, hopefully.
No. Listen, you are not going to do that. Listen, we speak positivity and we speak it into existence. You would not lead nobody into no icebergs, into no accidents. Sailing is such a peaceful thing. Yes. I could totally see you doing that. I really could. That would be amazing if you ever got the chance to do that, to be honest with
you. But yeah, no, honestly, I think I'm in a place right now where I'm lucky, where I do feel like I'm on the right path with journalism. Sure. So yeah, I think I'm lucky because that question felt hard.
No, absolutely. I totally understand that. What 4 events as a journalist would you like to cover? I know for me, Super Bowl, I would love to cover that. Olympics, which is obviously in Los Angeles, which is in a state that I grew up in, which is California. I would love to cover that next Olympics. A college football championship game, which is in Atlanta, Georgia, which is where I graduated college from. So I would love to do that next year. And then also, I would love to do a Stanley Cup Finals. I think that would be amazing because I already know there's not a whole lot of me out there reporting on hockey. There's a few of us, but there's not a lot. And I would love to just do something kind of groundbreaking because I know my Blackhawks ain't going to get there. But I would still love the Stanley Cup Final. That'd be great. What about you?
So I'm going to steal some of yours, but
Please.
I think for like a lot of journalists, I think an election is like a huge, I just think it would be so interesting. And I think seeing it from like the control room side of things of just how fast paced it is, I think it really is like a testament to your journalistic abilities. And I just think it's really fascinating. So I would say an election. You know sports much better than I do, but I think most people would say a Super Bowl for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Or I would say a Stanley Cup, but I guess I'll make that 3. And then I would say like some sort of big music event or music award event, something in the pop culture sphere, I think would be really interesting and fascinating.
Would you do like Grammys, Billboard, Country Music Awards? What kind of red carpet event? I can certainly see you doing something like that, interviewing celebrities, interviewing artists. Which one would you like to do?
I think I would have to go Grammys just because I mean, it's the Grammys, like it's so classic. Um, but yeah, I think I would go Grammys.
I think, listen, manifest that, Julia, no doubt. I think that's something that you can definitely do. Obviously, the election coming up, I'm sure you're probably going to be involved in some way of news coverage at that station because it's going to be big time coming up here. And for the other two events, I hope to see you there because I'm definitely going to
Yeah.
manifest myself as well. That'd be amazing.
I think like that's what's so cool, like you said, is every day you wake up and you're a journalist, but like you're kind of a different person every day. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Whether it's you're in the music field or the sports field or the political field, which I think is like such a cool opportunity that we have.
Absolutely. I'm actually trying to this Wednesday coming up. I'm maybe covering the Lynx in their playoff game here in Minnesota. So I definitely will have the opportunity to do that, which I'm looking forward to because it may be the last time we see my GOAT of the WNBA, Diana Taurasi, in uniform, which they play in the playoff series here in Minnesota. So I'm looking forward to that. We talked about advice that you would give someone, but let's talk about some advice someone has gave you that you hold on dearly to.
So when I was on semester, I just want to start off by saying I've been very blessed to have so many incredible mentors. Maybe you could even call them guardian angels who have given me just like not only opportunities but advice. But I would say this was another one of my guardian angels. And she said, "You get to make the rules for your life," which sounds very simple. But I just think it's so powerful because I think that we sometimes think that we're already on a path or we think that we have to do things and you don't. You are in control of your life. You make the rules for your life. If you want to work 3 different jobs and they're all vastly different, you can do that. So I think that knowing that and knowing that you can take control of your life is so powerful. Um, so yeah, I would say that stuck with me is that you get to make the own rules. You get to make your own rules for your life.
Absolutely. And that's great advice from that individual. I know one of the items that I got from, as I have mentors as well, that I talk to, know your worth was one of the things that has been kind of drilled into my head. And it's really true in this industry, right? Because we talked about it before. Sometimes when you come into this industry, financially, it might not be the best thing because you have to really be in this for the right reasons, but you also have to be at the right places too. And every place is not the right fit for you. So you really have to figure out what is your lane that you're going to drive in. I know I was with a publication for a good year and a half. And then when I was in Atlanta, Georgia, I was with 2 different publications reporting sports for them. But I went the freelance route because I wanted more control over things that I did and things that I wanted to do. I just didn't want to cover high school all the time. For me, I love high school kids because they're the purest as far as covering them. They just do it because they're with their friends and they really love the sport. And I played high school sports as you played. Um, I'm sure you play high school too, and lacrosse in college. So I love that what you just said, and I love to know your work because you really do got to know your work out here in this industry. I have a bonus question because it just came up in my mind. What position did you play in lacrosse?
So in high school, I was a like midfield defender. And then in college, I played defense, midfield, and attack, but mainly like midfield defense. So
So,
I did a
okay,
little bit of it all.
okay. So, Julia, maybe you can tell me this because I'm getting to read that you're very obviously I would think aggressive. I'm thinking aggressive on the field. Am I off with that?
I think if you got me like back in the day, yes. I think now I'm like I'm a lover, I'm peaceful, but for
Okay.
sure. I think you would
Okay.
agree with me. I think that sports like if there's honestly if there's an I'll go back to that question with advice. If there's one like piece of advice maybe I could give someone really young or parents, I would
Sure.
say it's put your kids in sports because I think sports account for so much of my success in life and have taught me so many values, whether it's teamwork. I think the biggest thing is taking criticism, from coaches, other players.
Yep.
And I think just having a tough mentality. I think no one's going to come save you. I think you, like you said, have to know your worth. You have to be your own advocate and you have to be tough. Life is hard and you have to be tough. And I think sports just teaches so much of that mental toughness, of that teamwork. That's so important in anything in life, in any field.
Absolutely. Definitely a lot of values that I've implemented in my life based upon the team sports that I played, for sure. Before we get to the rapid fire and almost to the end, I want to talk to you about your parents. You mentioned your dad. Talk about the impact that they've had in your life and the support that they've had for you chasing after your dreams.
I saw this quote the other day and it was, I'm going to get it wrong, but it was something like, I am like the sum of the people around me, or like I am the sum of events that have happened to me. And like I interpret that to mean I am the sum of like the love and support that I've been so grateful to have throughout my life. And my family, my parents, my sisters, my friends, have always just been so supportive of me. And I think so at times have known me better than maybe I've known myself and just pushed me. And been there for me. And I think true. I mean, I could say easily I would be nowhere without them. And I know not everyone's situation like that is like that. So I'm just so incredibly grateful to have that support system. And yeah.
I like that. Well said, Julia. Definitely well said about your parents. Shout out to Julia's parents for sure. Absolutely. She's amazing. Let's do some rapid fire before we wrap up. First thing that comes to your mind when I ask these, okay? So here we go.
Okay.
Favorite color?
Blue.
Waffles or pancakes?
Waffles.
Knicks or Nets?
Knicks.
Boston or New York?
New York. Come on.
I love it. Okay. If you can listen to 3 albums with no skips, what would those 3 albums be?
Oh, man.
Oh, this is a good question. I got you thinking now. Okay. Oh, okay.
Definitely it's going to be one Zach Bryan album. I can't choose one.
Okay.
It's going to be, yeah.
Zach Bryan. Okay.
Albums is hard. Albums
Okay.
is hard because I feel like I like artists and I like over time.
Okay. So let me ask you this. If you had 3 songs that you can continuously put on repeat and never get tired of listening to, what would those 3 songs be?
It all began with a burst by an artist called Kishi Bashi. I don't know if you've heard of him. But you have to listen to it after this. It's very good.
Okay. 2 more songs that's on repeat that you could just keep playing over and over again, never get tired of.
Island in the Sun by Weezer.
Wow, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I'm thinking like songs that maybe aren't necessarily my top favorite, but I could listen to and never get sick of.
Right.
And this is a crazy one.
Okay.
Like, because this is not one that's like necessarily, but I think it's just one that's like right now that I'm playing a lot.
Okay.
Untitled O2 by Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You got me there, girl. You got me there. There's no question about that. That's a nice one. That's a good one.
There's just some songs that are just too good.
Absolutely. Go ahead. No. What were you going to say?
There's just some songs that are too good to live without.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. I know for me, the songs right now, I like The Lonely Road by MGK and Jelly Roll. I'm playing that on repeat. A Place Where Love Goes by Childish Gambino. Playing that on repeat. And Another one is Everyday Hustle by Metro Boomin, Future, and you know about that one? Everyday Hustle. Okay, you already know. Say less. Here we go. Next one on Rapid: burgers or tacos?
Tacos.
Favorite card game?
Card game?
Mm-hmm.
Spoons or like tongues? Have you ever played?
Spoons, yes. Spoons can get pretty physical now.
Yeah. Or but some people do it with their tongue, like they stick out their tongue and it's a little bit more subtle.
Oh, no, I have not played that version. Okay.
Same, it's the same thing.
Interesting. Okay. Favorite board game?
Oh, Clue. I love
Okay. Okay. Favorite favorite TV show?
I'm gonna go Ted Lasso.
Wow. This might be well, fun fact here. I have not watched one episode of Ted Lasso yet.
You have to watch it, especially as a sports person. I think you would
I
appreciate
know it. I know it. I have not watched Ted Lasso. I've been watching Netflix quite a bit. The Last Dance was something I've been watching
Oh,
recently. I'm rewatching. So
I've heard
yes.
of it. Yeah, I've heard of it. But no, Ted Lasso, I think you would love it as a sports person. And also, it's just like such a good, it's like a feel good show. Like we always say, we're like, what would Ted Lasso do? You know?
Okay. Okay. Got you. Okay.
That'll
I like that. I like that. Okay. Couple more for the rapid fire. Are you a cheesecake person or are you a regular cake person?
If it's ice cream cake, ice cream cake. If it's regular cake, definitely cheesecake.
Okay. What would you rather be doing of these three options? Would you rather report, produce, or write?
Report.
You only can do one of those for the rest of your career. Which one would you rather do?
Report.
Do you have any aspirations of being an anchor?
Yeah, I think so. But I think I'm enjoying reporting so much right now, and I think that there's so much I want to do with reporting before I get to that, but for sure.
I love it. Well, Julia, this has been a pretty dope conversation. I think I've gotten to know you pretty good. I've gotten to know a lot of new stuff about you, but the stuff that I already knew is that you're very passionate about what you do. You articulate very well. You do very good stories. You have very good variety in stories as well, as far as hard and soft, and you're just getting things started. So it's a pleasure to talk to you and watch you, see you do what you love. And I'm a new fan, and I'm hoping that you and I can stay in touch down the line because you are absolutely amazing. So I always end my conversations like this. Is there anything else that you would like to add before we conclude?
You're a good journalist because I was taught to ask that too, and that's sometimes you get the best answers, but I would say I think I'm just so incredibly grateful beyond words to be blessed in a place where and a company where people believe in your growth, people believe in you, people take chances on you, people want you to get better, and I'm so incredibly grateful to be in a field where I can meet amazing people like you and I can connect states apart, sometimes worlds apart with people. So yeah, I think just stay grateful because I know that I'm incredibly grateful.
Absolutely. Well said.
Like so cool and so fun for me.
Thank you so much for allowing me to do this conversation with you. Like I said, stay in touch. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday and weekend, and we'll talk soon.
Yes, talk soon. So nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too, Julia. Take care.
Take care. Thank you for having me.